We're live on your DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 125. This is Joy News Prime with me, Samuel Kojo Brace. In our lead stories this hour, Finance Minister tears into currency speculators for the downward or the depreciation of the Ghanaian cedi, blaming them for the current woes of the cedi.
Rate has been largely stabilized over some time, with the depreciation of the cedi against the US dollar halving from 54.2% at the end of November 2022 to 27.8%.
Details as he blames the depreciation of the cedi on the payment of 49 billion cedis to contractors, the independent power producers, and the general speculation around the currency. Now, also in this bulletin, from human to animal sacrifices, the story of the deer hunting Abuachel Festival will tell you how members of the royal family used to be sacrificed to the gods until there was an intervention.
For the Abuachel Festival, we have two as of a group. So we have two as of a group. We have Dentifo and Tuafo. Okay. So these people are the Dentifo.
Ghana's finance minister today came out swinging in the face of the free fall of the cedi, declaring the currency is still strong, but wasting no time in tearing into currency speculators and blaming it all on the payment of 49 billion cedis to contractors and the independent power producers. The cedi is today trading at over 15 cedi to the United States dollar and 19 cedi to the British pound sterling. But the finance minister remains bullish as he addressed a news conference today.
But for recent pressures we are seeing on the exchange rate movement, ladies and gentlemen, the exchange rate has been largely stabilized over some time, with the depreciation of the cedi against the US dollar halving from 54.2% at the end of November 2022 to 27.8% at the end of December 2023. The cedi stability has continued into 2024 with a cumulative depreciation of 14.2% as of May 20th, 2024, compared to 20.7% recorded in the same period in 2023. And therefore, people may see the cedi depreciating fast recently. If you compare the depreciation year to date, from January to date, the cedi has depreciated by about 14.2%. Same time last year, it depreciated by 20.7%. So on that, comparative basis, we are safe to conclude that the cedi is still strong, very strong. We expect the stability to improve into the medium term as we complete debt restructuring, as we make progress on fiscal consolidation, and as we improve on our reserves over the medium term. The recent pressures on the cedi that I have referred to are largely as a result of the strengthening of the US dollar against major trading currencies across the world, including ours. And therefore, we expect that as the US currency also moderates in its strength, the effect will be felt on our currency. Another reason is the seasonal forex demand, including elevated demand from corporate institutions. Then also, we have paid contractors. I want to say that the complaints of no money and no money and no money, we don't hear that anymore, because we have paid and paid contractors. As of now, year to date, I think we've spent some 49 billion Ghana cedis. Same time last year, we did 41 billion Ghana cedis. And so this demonstrates that a lot of liquidity, cedi liquidity, is in the market. And we have seen some people looking for US dollars to buy with the cedis that we have put out there. And so these are some of the reasons, including the payments to IPPs, independent power producers. You will recall that we started negotiating with them, as a result of which we had to make a bullet payment one-off payment amounting to some 400 million United States dollars. And so they all put pressure on the cedi. But also, what is known to all of us, the common reason is speculation. So much speculation out there. And we need people to know that this speculation is not helping us. It's not helping the economy.
Let me bring in Courage Botti, who is a currency analyst, and find out from him what this means. Now, Courage, I'm grateful to you for joining. The minister says currency speculators are partly to be blamed for what we're seeing. How much exactly do speculation contribute to how the cedi depreciates yearly?
Good evening to you and your listeners. I can't put figure to it, but then I would say it's quite significant. And it all bothers on the sentiment around, right? What people interpret to be the situation, what they expect it will be in the month, years, weeks ahead, that informs their behavior. In the current times we have, look at it this way. Those who have been bitten by DDP, but still want to invest, asking themselves, will T-bill be an option? Those who have been affected by mark to market and they didn't like the experience, they're asking themselves, will going into a mutual fund be an option? So if they have some savings from their monthly salary or some business whatsoever, what is the best option to save for them? They would ask themselves these questions. And if the answer is buy some dollars and keep because it will keep depreciating, you don't begrudge them, but they are doing so because they are speculating on what the market will look like, what the T-bill market will look like, what the mutual fund market will look like, and they don't want to be exposed to anything DD or mark to market or anything like. And there are a number of people like that.
Okay.
Those who have been affected by the CRR directive, which meant that banks who are being encouraged through this to lend more, but are reluctant to do so because the operating environment is not very favorable. Banks are negotiating down fixed deposit rates now because if they take them at the rates they were taking, it will increase their cost of funds, given they have to deposit for some of them about 25% of their deposit at the Bank of Ghana. And for clients who do not like the lower rate, they are thinking of what else they can do with those monies. And you'll find them going to T-bills. So speculation plays a big role. And of course, we are in an election year. We know our election history, how things can go out of gear in election years. Even in the IMF programs, and will take years to correct. And so people with these experiences, you may be assuring them that things will be different this year, but it is their discretion whether they follow or not, really. And I think those are the things playing a role. It plays a big role.
So once we know speculation does play a role, how do we control it? How do we check it?
And that is where my issue is. We need to affect sentiment. We need to tackle the underlying issues, which is what is fueling the sentiment. For instance, I heard the minister say today that primary deficit, which is now the fiscal anchor, is 0.6% of GDP instead of 0.2% of GDP for the first quarter. Clearly, that is expenditure front loading. When they understand, how many people understand that? And the hope is that in the subsequent quarters, revenue will grow and then we'll make up those numbers and then meet the target at the end of the year. I mean, that sounds good to the ear, but the truth is, it is my discretion as an individual listening whether to trust that revenue will grow and then you will meet your target, or I can also interpret that to mean that it's an election year and we are going into overdrive already. So if you do not tackle the sentiment fueling that disbelief in the communication, you would say all you want to say, but it won't affect the market. And I think that is the situation we see. People have the history of our election years and they are very wary of that. And so they are making decisions in their best interest. We need to tackle, and the numbers need to start showing that we are serious about what we are saying.
Courage, I'm grateful for joining us tonight with your thought here. So Courage Botti is a currency analyst. Let's now speak to a financial economist and a visiting professor at the Gimpa Business School, Professor Lord Mensah. Prof, I'm grateful to you for joining. Now, the minister has given some factors, some things they are doing to restore the city's strength. How do you think this really does settle the issue for the city?
Right. Good evening and good evening to our viewers. If you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay. So all those measures that were outlined in the presser, I can tell you that they're not there to solve, the city problem. They are there to give us, that fiscal space. I mean, if you are, expecting IMF money, you're expecting ancillary, support that will be coming from World Bank and all those, that goes with this IMF money. And then also, good for oil policy without production in your economy to replace, some of the essentials that we import. I don't think you can control your currency. And in fact, this is what fuels, the speculation. So the presser in itself, has kind of speculative component in it because, you'll be throwing out numbers for which is not reflecting exactly what, the people experience in their life. And as a result of that, you leave the people to be wondering, and that will fuel, the speculation that he's talking about. So, speculation comes about as a result of consistent, uncertainty that, fuels, economic agents to take his own decision as to which direction, the next indicator is going to be. So from where I sit, those are very good measures. Just to keep you afloat, to have that fiscal space, to put in measures to ensure that you increase your production. And that is a way of solving the city permanently.
Okay, I'm grateful to you. But in 30 seconds, if government is to begin something or begin an action to change the tide of the city, what should it be from tomorrow, if you have to advise government?
Yeah, consistently, I was expecting that to happen in the last budget that we read, where, we'll use this year to target certain, essentials that we consume in our homes. We stop importing them or we produce to replace them. If we were to grow rice, somewhere in 2022, when we were priced out from the market, we could have realized the yields on the market at this time to reduce our rice importation. So far, we've not done that in the short to medium term. That is where our problem is.
I'm grateful to you, Prof, for joining us. Professor Lord Mensah is an economist and a visiting lecturer, a visiting professor at the Gimpa Business School. Well, there was the mention of the payment of 49 billion cedi to contractors, as well as payment to IPPs. Let's find out from the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry, Chief Executive Officer of the company, Emmanuel Cherry, joins us here. Grateful to you, Mr. Cherry, for joining. When was this 49 billion cedi paid to you? Mr. Cherry, I'm trying to find out from you, at what point in time did government pay this 49 billion cedis to your members? Okay, all right. Now, we'll bring that one to you in our subsequent bulletins. But away from that, the organizers of the planned Doomsayer must stop vigil are threatening defiance if the police administration attempt to yet again thwart their protest. It follows the withdrawal of an application that sought to block the vigil from being held at the Revolutionary Square, which is classified as a security zone. In court on Friday, the police withdrew the initial application, which was rendered moot after organizers put forward new modalities for the protest. Latif Idrisu has the rest of the story.
Following the withdrawal of the application here at the court complex, organizers of the Doomsayer Stop Vigil say they are anxiously waiting on the police to have an invitation for them to sit down and agree on the new modalities for the vigil to come off on the newly proposed date.
We'll be waiting for an invitation from the police, inviting us to discuss the modalities for the Doomsayer must stop vigil. Because the police themselves, they are also bearing the brunt of this Doomsayer. The last time we were at the regional police command, there was Doomsayer there. It was this lantern that we used. They were groping their hands in the dark, looking for their switch. You understand? To switch off the air conditioner there.
On the question of whether or not the police will extend this invitation, the organizers say if the police fail to invite them to agree on the modalities, they will defy them and go ahead with the vigil.
One will be hard put, even if that case comes back to this place. I'm speaking for myself. I would disregard it. That article I quoted, now that constitutional provision of Article 41I, which says that we must always cooperate with the police, with lawful agencies in the maintenance of law and order. Sometimes you must fight fire with fire, because out of chaos comes order. If the invitation never comes, we go ahead to do our thing. We have notified them already. That is what the Public Order Act says. So if the police doesn't give us or invite us for a meeting, then it means that they have breached or they are breaching the Public Order Act, which enjoins them to invite us for a meeting to discuss the modalities for the vigil. So if they don't invite us, we will go ahead and hold our event successfully.
The vigil is now slated for June 8, 2024.
Now, some prospective homeowners in the Ashanti region say they are being compelled to sell their purchased land owing to the rising cost of building materials. In recent weeks, cement prices have seen sharp increases from an average 82 cedis to a minimum of 88 cedis. Cement manufacturers are attributing the price hike to the depreciating cedi, inflation and import duties. The new prices have left many prospective homeowners frustrated as they poured in their concerns on Love FM.
What have you been able to do on that plot since you bought it from 2019?
Virtually nothing, because anytime I plan doing something on, I go to the market to ask for prices of building materials, then come and plan. But the next time you go, because of inflation, the price will go up. So all your plans that you may have to abandon. And now, like you are saying, the situation is tough. By the time you organize some money to go on the land, something might have happened and that money will be used. In fact, I'm even planning on selling the land because there's a clause that by certain years, if you are not able to develop the land, it will be taken away from you.
I was forced to sell 2 plots of mine last 2 years because I wanted to use that piece of land for school. I realized the cost of building materials will not help me to do it, so I have to sell it out. And it's not easy. Just getting a water in your house alone, you pay at least around 25,000 Ghana.
Now, members of the royal family used to be sacrificed annually to the gods until an intervention led to the substitution of a deer for the rituals. This is part of the story behind the Abuacher festival, celebrated by the Efutu people of Winneba in the Central Region. In a Joy Prime Explore episode scheduled to air on Saturday, the elders shared with Maxwell Agbaba that the outcome of the festival can bring either good or bad omen for the people, depending on which Asafo group catches the deer first.
What's it? Itia, Bonnie Brain, Itia, Kakebuna, Itia, Itin Bonnie Brain, Utin Yamane Brain, and Brain, that means it's a branding. Okay. It's yes. It's Itinum Bonnie Brain. What I say, Bonnie Brain, Iti, Kakebuna, Itia. Okay. There's a lot happening here on the streets. You've heard from a lot of Ghanaians. It's time to hear the perspective of other people as well. So let me find out from them. Hello, what's your name?
Ajoa.
Oh, okay, good. What's your name?
Ekia.
I like that. And then Kwame, I like that.
I'm Kweku.
I like that, fantastic. Where are you guys from?
We're from Germany. So we just saw the parade with like all the chiefs. Yeah. We didn't expect it to happen. We were just like walking into the city and then we saw it. It was very impressive.
Oh, okay.
So we were happy to be able to see it.
Okay. So you didn't come purposely for the Abuacher festival, right?
Oh, we did. We did.
But it's amazing, the festival. All the people, it's great.
Well, what about you, Kweku?
Kweku, yeah. I'm here for 8 months.
Oh, you've been here for 8 months.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, it's a nice festival. I like the vibe here, and it's nice.
The tour guide?
Yes.
For this place?
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
I am Mr. Entry, Emmanuel Entry.
Yeah. Great. Can you walk us through what we have here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, for the Abortion Festival, we have two as of a group. So we have two as of a group. We have Dentefo and Tuafo.
Okay.
So these people are the Dentefo.
Dentefo?
Yes.
Okay.
So the Dentefo as of number 2 with first catch.
Okay.
Yes. No, this one is a deer, a male deer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So usually, after getting the catch, they submit the animal to the king. So, of course, the Asafu who is able to get the first catch is claimed as the first among the Asafu group. Usually, they use that one as a leverage to tease the other Asafu group.
Okay.
Yes, that this year we're the first Asafu group who had the first catch.
Okay.
So usually that is, of course, because they were created by two different people, there is a rivalry, a bit of rivalry between the two Asafu group.
There's more of that on the Joy Prime Explore. Now, the Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union has given stakeholders up until July to address their concerns, or they will resume their strike. The union suspended their strike after presenting a new framework over the working conditions. Members of the union at a news conference indicated that despite an existing agreed policy framework aimed at improving their salaries and other working conditions, which has been pending since November 2023, the National Petroleum Authority and other stakeholders have refused to implement the policy. The following report has more.
Tuesday, the Ghana National Petroleum Tanker Drivers Union embarked on an indefinite strike to drum home their concerns, amongst them demanding better conditions of service. Now, the strike was expected to last until their concerns are addressed. It's Friday, and the indication we are getting is that the strike has been called off after meeting with stakeholders.
Tanker drivers in the country put their tools down based on some challenges that we are facing. So fortunately, authorities concerned came to our aid yesterday, arranged a meeting to address the issue. So yesterday we went to the meeting, God so being good to Ghana and tanker drivers as a whole, our challenges have been addressed. What we are looking for, honestly, they have adopted the framework for us. So we are happy to see the framework working. And hopefully by July, tanker drivers will start receiving their money through the framework.
Drivers of both commercial and private vehicles welcomed the Tanker Drivers Union's decision to call off their strike, saying if the strike had persisted for long, it could have led to a shortage of fuel and a subsequent increment.
I'm very glad they called off the strike, because if it had persisted, it would have hiked the price, artificial prices from everywhere. So we are very, very happy they called off the strike.
The fuel keep on increasing day by day, so I'm not sure it will affect, but maybe somehow. Yes, everybody have a concern about his or her salary. If they will push it and their life will be better, that's fine.
Search here be higher because at the quantum say by and say some kwesa no fuel na wo omunchen wa no e be ba shorty. A short one so yensu enya fuel emfa ya adwuma bio. Nti no omubai de
a filling station manager re-echoed the customers' sentiments, saying Tanker Drivers Union's demands for better working conditions need urgent attention.
It's a welcome news. We are praying that it will go through so that everything becomes normal.
And then, since that time till now, have you experienced any challenges with regards to fuel shortage?
No, before they started the strike, we had enough stock. So maybe today, when we don't get about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, we shall run out. It's not possible that we can do that. It's not possible. And nobody is ready to hold the fuel. So that one is a false news. The authorities in charge should address the concerns of the drivers.
Drivers will be looking forward to their concerns being addressed before the July deadline, or they will resume their strike. For Joy News, Kenneth Jesse.
This is still the Joy News Prime. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we still have more stories for you. Please do stay. Welcome back from the break. This is still the Joy News Prime. Let's do more stories here. And the Ghana Mental Health Authority is advocating a proactive approach to combating potential breakdowns among office workers. In a recent training session held for staff of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, emphasis was placed on the critical role of regular exercises in safeguarding mental well-being. Beyond physical activity, the session also underscored the importance of early diagnosis and intervention in managing mental health challenges effectively. Michael Ashley has more in the following report.
The month of May has been designated as a Mental Health Awareness Month, with Ghana Mental Health Authority leading the charge under the banner of the Purple Month. At a recent event in collaboration with the Economic and Organized Crime Office, staff members were educated on the importance of staying active and incorporating exercise into their daily routines. Dr. Richard Asamoah, a psychiatrist and clinical psychologist, shared insights on the mental health breakdowns and importance of physical activity.
And some of these may include very basic and simple things like changes in your appetite, changes in mood. So when I say appetite, I mean that some people may end up eating more than usual or eating less. Some people may begin to experience some sadness, being more excited than usual. Some may also experience some anxiety symptoms. You may also have changes in sleep pattern. Some people, when they are stressed and they are depressed, may sleep more. Others may also sleep less. So these are some signs of it. You can also have changes in how you interact with people. So talking to people, interacting with them may become limited. Some people may feel more isolated, not feel like talking or coming out to engage with people. So these are all signs of mental health challenges and problems. Sometimes even memory problems can be an evidence of it. Having problems remembering things that you usually would easily remember. Some people will say that for the most part, they are the ones who would remember things and remind people in the family. But recently, they're having memory problems. Poor concentration. So when they have the concentration problems and these memory problems and motivational problems, then sometimes affects your function at work.
Dr. Asamoah also challenged office workers to prioritize exercise in their daily routines.
The first thing is looking at prevention. So we'll talk about preventing it in the first place. Now, this will involve things like having regular rest periods, paying attention to your mental health in the sense that you look at, have some time to have some leisure activities, also be able to have break times when you can rest, think through the day, how have things gone, what can I do to help myself. But beyond that, also we'll be talking about movement, so exercise, very important. Our diet is also a very important part of it. Do not sit and wait for them to get worse. Okay, talk to somebody. There are mental health experts across the country, psychiatrists, psychologists, occupational therapists.
Belinda Momo Mate, head of welfare, health and safety at EOCO, shared her optimism about the training's impact on staff performance.
So we make it a point that once in every year, we come up and then educate our staff on mental health and the stigma attached to it. Because one way or the other, once you are working, you'll be stressed out among other things. We just want everyone to know that it's normal to at times feel down. A lot of people are going through it. It is not that you are mad. So that is the motivation that we have. That's why every year we try to bring people from the Mental Health Authority to educate our staff on it.
She also advocated for more companies to prioritize employee well-being.
I will advise other institutions to do same, because when officers or your staff are in the right frame of mind, they understand there are no issues. They know where to channel whatever they are feeling through. I think you will have the best out of them.
A member of Parliament for the West constituency, Superintendent retired Peter Lanchene Tobo, has expressed worry over the numerous chieftaincy conflicts in the country stating that it does not augur well for the speedy development of the country. Whilst commending the people of the Dorimo Traditional Council for peaceful and tranquility of the area, he urged the newly enskinned paramount chief of the area to look into history, learn best practices from his predecessors, and throw the best out and evolve as a unique chief, portraying his own uniqueness for all to rally behind, irrespective of the party one belongs to, in order to bring development to the area. Joy News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafik Salam has the rest of the story from Wechau.
Superintendent retired Peter Lanchene Tubu's meeting with members of the Dorimo Traditional Council is the first since the enskinment and coronation of the new paramount chief of the area, Na Alhaji Seydou Tungbana Salembile II, last year. The aim is to fraternize with them, listen to their challenges they are facing, and seek their support and blessing for the 2024 general elections.
I am here this morning to re-echo my promise to commit my all to see to it that Wawes improves day by day. The development of Wawes should be seen progressing. And I am here to let you know that that vision hasn't changed. That commitment hasn't changed. I stand by every word that I gave you many days ago. And I'm so glad that today, as a paramount chief of the Dorimo traditional area, you stand in a better position to galvanize support in line with the vision of the development of Wawes, and very particularly the Dorimo traditional area.
He called for collaboration and improved healthy relationship between the chiefs and their subjects to maintain peace in the enclave.
Chieftaincy disputes have created problems in this country, from the south to the north, from the east to the west. But thank God, we don't have any country in this world where, in fact, insecurity is totally zero, or crime rate is zero. But I am proud to say that the security situation in Wawes, the peace and security we are enjoying because of the collaboration between the various stakeholders, including the chiefs, is something I need to applaud all of you for.
Members of the Dorimo Council presented a litany of challenges that they wish, if they are fixed, will better the lives of the people. Key among them are the carving out of a new district for the area from the current Wawes district, deployable roads, and abandoned government projects, including the Dorimo Community Day Senior High School. Now Alhaji Seydou Tungbana Salembile II threw further light on them.
Sometimes my people come to me, they are lamenting because we saw the beginning of this Dolumo Jambusi road. The contractor cleared the road and we were told he was going to tar up to Jambusi because of the Jambusi water project. But it has been lying there since for the past 7 or so years. Nothing has been done.
Superintendent retired Lanchene Tubu also had a similar meeting with members of the Wechau Traditional Council. High-ranking chiefs from the area, including the paramount chief of Wechau, Na Imoru Goma II, were present at the meeting. The concern of the people was generally in the area of security and unemployment. The Wawes legislature spoke to them about his vision for the district.
I will always do my best to ensure that together as a people, collaboratively, we can make Wawes one of the best districts in this country. We will make the people of Wawes some of the people in this country who are really working with that level of dignity. We will command respect across Ghana. And wherever we find ourselves, when you announce your mission and tell people that you are from Wawes, people will bow before you and say, people of Wawes are doing a great job because we are together.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam, Wechau.
Our election headquarters is brought to you by Petroleum, clean fuel in full quantity. The Chartered Institute of Management Accountant, CIMA, AICPA, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountant, Also, the German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty, and the Chopbox Technologies, a convenience service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, election headquarters for an informed electorate. Now, they are the most vulnerable and marginalized in society. Their voices are also rarely heard in national and political discourse. In the latest episode of Joy Prime's Just Turned 18, the show, which is hosted by Lois Shola Adeyemi, they speak to some young first-time voters living with different forms of disabilities. Issues of inclusion, representation, and free tertiary education are key to determining who they vote for in the upcoming elections. Here are excerpts.
I want to know from you people, as persons with disability, what are the pertinent issues that will make you, say that I want to vote for party A, I want to vote for party B, I want to register, I want to find out. So let's think. Are we ready? Okay, so let me come to you, Golda. I'll come to you, Daniel, but first let me go to Golda. I want to understand, Golda. 3 things that will influence your decision to register or vote in the elections.
Okay, so the 3 things that are going to influence my decision to participate in the upcoming elections, the policies that the coming governments will bring.
All right. So, Golda, I need you to voice out. You see, you can hear my voice. That's the same way. Macho your voice so we can hear you. So let me know the 3 things again.
Okay, so the 3 things which will influence my decision to participate in the upcoming election is the policy. So depending on the policies that I hear, like I get to know about, that's what I'll stand on and vote.
So only policies for you, any other 2 things?
And also the condition under which I'm going to vote. Because some people, when you go to vote, like, you see, we people with disabilities, we normally have particular, should I say, things that we use. So as a visually impaired, I can't actually identify who is where on the ballot paper. So I'm sure they are supposed to have certain gadgets that are going to help us. So if they are available, I'll participate. But if they are not, I don't think I'm going to participate.
And then the last one.
And also the last one is the condition there. normally during elections, there are a lot of chaos here and there. So when the place is peaceful, I may participate.
Okay, now Daniel, let me hear your 3. Let me hear your 3.
As my sister said, the policies. I overheard the 2 major political parties, their candidates saying that there will be free university or free tertiary for person living with disability. So that will influence me to vote. And also their policies, the employment, because normally when we, the disability people in the country, we don't get job, although we have the ability to work, but people see us being disabled, so they discriminate against us. Yeah, so those are the things that will influence me to vote.
All right, now let me come to Pearl. Let me find out from you your 3 things.
Okay, so what will influence me to vote is that I have a responsibility to also take part in the decision-making process of the country, and this involves selecting my preferred leader as well. And also, we've always been preaching about inclusiveness, and I guess we should include ourselves in everything we do, including this upcoming election. So that's what will influence my decision.
Right. Let me come to you.
Okay, so 3 things that will influence my voting would be, namely, economic prosperity and then fiscal development. Yeah, so with regards to economic prosperity, I think I'll be paying close attention to the policies the prospective parties who will be vying for positions would bring. And then if I fall or I side with what they are saying and I feel there's a high probability that can be achieved, I would go towards that direction. And also with the social intervention, that's very key. We, the marginalized in society, tend to be sidelined during the extended term of a political party. By getting to elections, then they remember us and come with many promises. I would pay attention to what I believe is feasible and very applicable to me, and that would assist me in making my decision to vote. So these are the 3 things I'll look out for.
Okay. Now let me come to you, my darling Esther. Tell me.
Okay, so 3 things that would make me to vote is, I think, adequate infrastructures that are accessible to persons with disability, because in the university there are lots of infrastructures that are not accessible, so sometimes you finding your way to lectures becomes difficult. So when they take note of this, I think I would vote. Secondly, employment opportunities. especially with persons with disability. So if the government is employing seeing colleagues, what of persons with disabilities? Because there are a lot of people who are out there who are not employed. So if they pay attention to this and meet our needs, I think I would vote. And also with our common fund and stuff, there are a lot of people facing challenges myself, because I know they've been given an amount of money to support us financially, but we are not receiving anything from them. So if they pay particular attention to these things, I think I will definitely vote and register.
Right. Yeah. Now, let me come to you, Felicity, the team. What are the 3 reasons?
The 3 reasons why I would like to vote is our place. I'm coming from the north, so there is a very bad road construction there, which normally leads our people to road accident and other stuff. So I think if the government could help us reconstruct our road, I'll vote for them so that
so you'll be comfortable. All right. Let me come to Lois.
Well, to add up to what my colleague said, I think recently the Ghana Federation of Persons Living with Disabilities had a meeting with the Electoral Commissioner where they brought up strategies to help persons with disabilities have a smooth voting experience. So if I notice that the government or if people at the polling stations are actually implementing these, which have to do with accessible voting techniques, educating these officials involved in the voting on disability awareness, and also if I notice policies by the candidate are feasible enough to go by, I think it will influence my voting.
Isaiah?
Yeah, there are 3 things that will influence my decision to vote. First, would my vote add any value to the would my vote add any value to the election? Yeah, if yes, then I have to proceed to vote. Then secondly, like the policies that the government puts in place or draft to undertake when come in power, would the policy have any benefit to me as a physically challenged or special need person? Would the policy have any benefit to me? So if the
Well, welcome back, and let's do showbiz now. And Becky Bex is here. I almost started reading her thing. Hi, Becky, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How you doing?
This is Rep Your Jesse, but
it's happening next weekend.
But Ayaz is not in the final.
Oh, well, that's Mr. Hagler. You gave me this. I told you that I don't like it. I like the Man City.
You like Man City?
And Arsenal.
Why?
Which one is We Never Walk Alone?
Liverpool.
Love Liverpool too.
Really? Mm-hmm. You never walk alone?
Honey.
But if you can like Arsenal, then I'm not surprised you like Liverpool. So yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I'm not going to play the football thing with you.
Well,
I have no idea what's going on. I just love this Jesse. So Mr. Hagler, please give me Jesse. And remember that Hit FM Rep Your Jesse is happening on the 1st of June, same day as VGMAs.
Mm-hmm. And that's the same day.
TGMAs.
TGMAs
2024, yeah. So same day.
Yeah.
And you know that there's been conversations going around about who takes the Artist of the Year home. The BIM Nation fans are saying that it will be Stonebwoy. Kim promises that he will be extremely surprised if he doesn't win the Artist of the Year, because he's worked over the years, over the year under review, and he thinks that he deserves to win the Artist of the Year at this year's Ghana Music Awards.
Will you be surprised if you don't win the Artist of the Year?
Yeah, 100%.
You'll be surprised?
Yeah.
Okay.
Won't you be surprised?
Well, we'll bring you that particular story really soon. But he was on Hit FM this morning, and he spoke about the Artist of the Year category. He said that on a normal day, he would have gone like, okay, we've all worked, may the best person win. But he thinks that he deserves to win.
Well, again, at this point in time, he has to make a case for himself.
Of course.
But the watchers would also look at the sort of work people have done and say that, well, are you the most deserving one? I think under the year under review, him and Stonebwoy, they've all done some amazing work.
Don't forget that Sarkodie is also in that category.
No, but I think
it's like we're not talking about the rest of the people.
Because the two of them have distinguished themselves. Like one of them should be the Artist of the Year. And I think looking at Stonebwoy and the work he's done under this year, well, it will be hard to choose, but eventually one of them will win. Let's see how it goes.
I am waiting for the best person to win.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, we will be telling you the story of Atongo Zimba. He is the next to join the E-Vibes train. I had a nice conversation with Atongo Zimba. And
this one?
telling us, oh yeah, that's Atongo Zimba. It's no beer. But I noticed one of his songs that a lot of people haven't really paid attention to. He calls it, there's a name called Salaba in there, and he also calls it when the Lord says get ready.
Okay.
When the Lord says get ready.
Get ready.
That's a very beautiful song. So I have an excerpt of that particular interview that will be airing tomorrow on Joy News and Joy Prime.
Okay, I traveled all the way to Nigeria.
Okay.
So I first came, I went through Burkina, I came down to Togo, and then Togo to Lagos, because I wanted to see Fela Kuti.
Right.
So when I get to Lagos, there was a troubles between Ghana and Nigeria.
Okay.
I don't know, it was Achempo or Akufu. One of them deported every foreigner to go back their home.
To Nigeria?
Yes. Not only Nigeria, because the Ghanaians was drinking a lot of alcohol. And the people from Niger who came to Ghana to sell don't like alcohol. So every time they pass to their area, the Zimbabwe people slip saliva into the Ghanaians. So they always have a fight and they end up going to police. So I think, I don't know, it's Akufo-Addo said, if you are in my home and you don't respect my people, this is an alcohol town.
Right.
And you disrespect my people and throw your saliva with me, then I need every foreigner to leave my country. He didn't know it's going to affect Ghanaians. And all foreigners have to leave, including Nigerians.
Okay.
So when the Nigerians also arrive, they make Ghanaians not 24 hours, 12 hours to leave Nigeria.
That is the Ghana must go.
Ghana must go.
That's where the Ghana must go story started.
Came, yes. So right. Ghana must go came. And then some of Ghanaians, they make themselves like rubbish. They carry rubbish, or they make themselves like mad, stay in the rubbish place just to save their life.
Right.
God people, when the Lord get us ready, we got to move. So when the Lord get us ready, we got to move. When the Lord get us ready, we got to move.
Like the Hit FM Radio Jesse coming up, and also E-Vibes coming up this weekend. Is Atongo Zimba. You might want to stay for that particular story. Atongo has worked over the years, and his story needs to be told.
Rebecca Cheneboadako there. Well, thank you very much for being part of us, but remember to brush your teeth before you go to bed this evening. And tomorrow morning, when you wake up from bed, with either
Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, Pepsodent Charcoal, Pepsodent Triple Protection, Pepsodent Herbal, because with every Pepsodent,
every smile matters.
God people, when the Lord